Volkswagen T Roc design and styling. It'd be hard to mix up the T Roc for something besides a Volkswagen. It shares the low, wide grille styling that you'll discover on the new Polo, facelifted Golf and most recent Tiguan, adjusting the outline sign to shape its own particular one-of-a-kind personality inside the maker's range.As with all medium-sized VW Group items, the T Roc makes utilization of the recognizable MQB engineering. It's a smaller auto by fair-sized hybrid models. Dimensionally, the T Roc's 4,234mm length makes it 252mm shorter than its Tiguan enormous sibling, yet in addition 129mm shorter than Ateca, and shorter than the seat and the wheelbase, as well. Conservativeness is a piece of VW's situating of the T Roc as a sportier, better-looking and more alluring sort of hybrid. You'll have no uncertainty detected the auto's bending roofline and inclining C-columns, stamping it out as a moment-period hybrid more like the CHR or Q2 than the class-characterizing Qashqai. What's more, helping the T Roc satisfy this charging somewhere else is its generally wide, low-through position, being suggestive of the dynamism that is still obviously elusive in the more extensive hybrid hatchback section. 4 motors are accessible from dispatch, 3 petrols and a lone diesel. The petroleum lineup comprises of a 3-chamber 1.0-liter TSI that produces 113 bhp and 4-barrel 148 bhp 1.5-liter TSI Evo and 187 bhp 2.0-liter TSI Turbo petrols. The 2.0-liter TDI diesel likewise delivers 148 bhp. After a short time, a 113 bhp 1.6-liter TDI will grow the decision. Power is by and large sent to the front wheels, despite the fact that the 2.0-liter petroleum and diesel motors are combined with VW's 4-motion low-maintenance 4-wheel drive framework as standard. The multi-plate grass-based framework sends the heft of the motor's energy to the front hub most of the time, with the back pivot being included either as footing breakdown in advance or all the more reliably relying upon the chosen driving mode. A 6-speed manual gearbox is standard tool for everything except the 2.0-liter petroleum, which has a 7-speed double-grasp transmission. Concerning suspension, McPherson Swaggers are spent front, with the torsion bar or multi-connect raise set up, contingent upon motor decision. A discretionary versatile damper framework is additionally accessible and was fitted to our test car. The T Roc isn't the most extensive hybrid, and pretty plainly so by outline. It introduces a higher seating position than a traditional hatchback and has a boot adequately extensive that you'd be probably not going to discover one to coordinate its size in a typical 5 entryway, in spite of the fact that the 4-wheel drive determination of our test taught or decreased its conveying limit a little. Still, in spite of the fact that it might include some place on the rundown of preferences, upgraded reasonableness isn't probably going to be the essential help of anybody picking this auto set up of a Golf. In advance, however, you're positively encompassed by a more noteworthy impression of room than you'd find in an ordinary hatchback, and you get a decent perspective of the street every which way. The driving position changes from delicately roosted up to unmistakably raised and bow-legged, however the controls are all two-put and divided as is run-of-the-mill for a completely thoroughly considered VW item. In the back, there's tolerable space for a normal measured grown-up and simply enough in case you're better than expected tallness accepting a marginally spread neat seating position. A lot of direct adversaries are more open. In any case, VW merits credit for incorporating the T Roc's all-encompassing sunroof without affecting on tenant headroom. That discretionary glass rooftop completes only in front of the scalps of those sitting in the back, leaving space for helpful brakes that will keep the heads of much taller travelers from brushing the featuring. Rather than going for a specially open, VW has gone for a lavish, contemporary feeling, and has delivered it great. Our test auto's active info display computerized instruments, its vast and flush-fronted 8.0-in touchscreen infotainment framework and its sparingly sent segments of encompassing lighting influence it to feel progressed and unobtrusively cutting edge. You need the full for top-notch cell trim to get the T ROC's 8.0-in Discover navigation infotainment framework and its 10.3-in active info display advanced instrument screen as standard. On a mid-spec auto, having both is an extra cost of simply finished £1,500, yet they're justified regardless of the cash. The computerized instruments are Volkswagen's second-age framework, which is additionally accessible on the Polo. Graphical determination and splendor are both asserted to be enhanced, and that positively appeared to be the situation in our test auto, where the instruments seemed fresh and helpfully versatile when following a plotted route course or tuning into the sound framework. On a passage-level S-trim T ROC, you get a 8.0-in touchscreen composition media infotainment framework on which Volkswagen's App Connect programming for cell phone reflecting will cost you an additional £170, yet it's standard wherever else in the range. VW leaves the entryway unlatched a little to the individuals who may state these highlights are window dressing on a lodge that feels marginally plain and normal in different regards. However, the belt top is hard and somewhat sparkling, and in a market where even a Nissan Micro gets a delicate touch/shaping, that is a bit of amazing. Moreover, its inside entryway handles and underneath the knee moldings all look and feel as if they could have had somewhat more cash spent on them.